What's up, everybody? It is Lauren deLisa Coleman back again with another great interview, all during the Austin Film Festival. They just keep coming, and we are bringing them to you like nobody else through the Inside series here at film.io. And I have my very next filmmaker, who is Zachary Purcell. His film is called One Small Step, which is appearing during the Austin Film Festival. First of all, Zachary, welcome. And I am very, very just, excited to talk with him about how this film came about, because it's very cool. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like so right for the moment, because it's about accidentally freezing time. And I think we all feel like time is a different concept these days, maybe that it was never real in the first place. So I'm going to let Zachary give you the official synopsis. But yes, Zachary, thank you so much for joining us here at the Inside series.
Yeah.
So can you tell my viewers, first of all, what is One Small Step about in a nutshell?
So I will give the Kickstarter pitch that I gave to raise the funding, because that's much more concise and simple. The basic premise was the first team of scientists who were planning to travel back in time. They get out of their time machine and see that they've accidentally frozen time and have to solve it, fix it, plus people begin dying. Yeah.
A real feel good movie. No, but it's really kind of, just thrilling and crazy, and kind of almost feels like, could this happen? Tell me a little bit about how you came, to this project, because I know that within your bio, it says that you kind of come from a branded content background. Right. So I'm assuming that this means dealing with, of course, brands more in a commercial space. Right. So talk to me a little bit about what it was like to make that transition from, that kind of way of dealing with image and sound to filmmaking.
So my background is in motion design, similar to, say, a Monday Night Football ad. It's got this big 3D text, metal shield, it flies on, flies off. I do those types
Cool.
graphics, which definitely helps coming into film making, doing a basic VFX, but it's not at all the same in terms of needing an entire team to pull off a film. It's just much more collaborations needed to pull off a successful movie.
Well, that makes sense. So tell me a little bit about that collaborative, experience. First of all, tell me how you came to this project itself, and kind of the topic, the whole really development of it.
So the concept came from maybe in 2010. People began doing that mannequin challenge. A ton of people were posting videos of their friends pretending to be frozen while the camera like pans through. So that's actually where the concept came from, is that it's just a very cool seeing people frozen. Yes. So I kind of work backwards thinking, how could that ever be the case? Yeah.
Okay. I forgot all about that too from back in
Yeah.
the day. Like,
Yep.
wow.
Yep. Yep.
So, as you were working on this, I mean, what were some of, or maybe the biggest kind of challenge you had to overcome? I mean, this was your first, as we said, a film project.
Mhm.
What was that like in terms of, trying to create something that was, I don't know, bigger than you had done before?
Yeah. 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 So probably the biggest challenge, well, two. First off is having a stutter. It's just the entire film making process is very communication heavy, and so it's just tougher when that communications inhibited. Second off, I would say the biggest challenge is probably learning to take myself seriously. At
We
the
all have
very
that.
Yes, at the very beginning of the process, building up my team, I kind of had this attitude that I'm doing something very small. It's kind of silly since it's not bringing in money. So kind of telling friends plus other film contacts, hey, like, please maybe consider helping me make it. And by the time that I got to the close, it had taken so much time. My camera is going
I was just about to say, but I didn't want to
blurry.
interrupt you. It just went out of focus, but
Yeah, sorry
okay,
about that.
better. You are
But
back. No problem.
but by the close, I had given it so much time. We had raised $9,000 plus some of my own money, and it kind of clicked in that I'm
Hmm.
going all out, and I'm planning on making something very, very good. So I should have that same expectation from anybody else who's touching the film. But
I think that
yeah.
that's really so powerful to hear. I mean, both of them, right? Because we all deal at some point. I don't know, for me, during the day, every couple of hours, that you are you really doing what you say you're going to do, or is it, are you really valuable or what have you? So to hear that from others, I think it helps all of us, right, to be able to go through that. You have self-doubt, I guess is what it's called, but to be able to overcome it is a really great thing, because then you can also be hopefully more passionate, compassionate and patient with others. The other that you mentioned about the stutter, I find just so, I don't know, motivational, because maybe many people would be like, I'm just not going to do that. I can't communicate the same at the rapidity or with the rapid pace. So I'm just not going to do it. You push through that. And so what is it inside of you, I guess, that makes you say, well, you know what, I'm still going to go for it, because it's, about the vision. And if it takes maybe a little bit more time or attentiveness to hear me out, that's what's just going to have to be. How did you arrive at that point? I think it's very cool.
I would say that I'm still getting there, that I have times where I feel very confident. It doesn't matter that I'm slightly slower. I have the vision, so I'm going to go for it. And then there are days where I can barely talk, and it's just tough. It's just about pushing through. I'm also a believer, and that faith in God has definitely helped. Something that I feel he's been growing me in is in being competent. So I'm not able to show up and wow people with my speeches or pitching new concepts, but I am competent to get the task done and to do it very well.
Zachary, that's just so cool. So then how did Austin come up? Like, had you already had your eye on that festival as you were creating this and you were like, I'm going to send this and I can't wait? Or did it come up like after? Tell me a little bit about, how you got into the film festival.
Sure. So I probably applied to 4 here in Texas. I was aiming for Fantastic Fest, but they turned us down. And I was very excited to get the call from AFF. I'm actually planning my first feature film now. So I've been going through the fundraising process. Then AFF called, so it's all kind of working out very well, because now I'll be showing up at the festival, and should potential meetings take place, I have a very clear project going on.
That's good. Yep. You always have to have things lined up and ready to go, right? You gotta be prepared.
Yep.
Well, I just think all that's so great. Do you want to be able to add anything before we wrap up, Zachary?
Final thing that I'll say for people who haven't made a film, or maybe they've made a couple, but haven't like fully gone all in, is totally pursue it. I've had plenty of times where it didn't seem like it would ever pan out, make any sense, but I've kept on. And my next films, the first phase is fully funded. So be faithful to take the next small move.
I think that is some really great advice. Oh, great advice. Just, all the way around, Zachary. It's been just such a pleasure to be able to have you on the show. And I wish you just continued success. And I hope that everything goes well. At Austin, you're actually able to be there physically. So that's cool, because some of the people aren't. They're in different countries, different cities, et cetera. But you are actually able to see the reaction there in person. So enjoy for sure. And everybody, thank you so much for watching. We're just going to keep bringing you more interviews here, all about or rather all from the Austin Film Festival. So much different creativity and talent. It's just really, really exciting. So don't miss it. I am deLisa Coleman for the Inside series right here on Film.io.